won the match. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about childhood memories and stories and whatnot, because I got some pretty funny memories, at least I think myself. And I just want to start off with the first thing I ever remember is my mom and sister were like yelling at me, and I was only like 4 years old, but I was sitting on one of these like plastic toilets, and they're yelling at me to go to the bathroom, and I was just so scared and wanted to cry, and I just wanted to leave, but I really didn't know what to do. But that's all I remember. I didn't remember much of that. But yeah, you guys should leave a comment on your first memory, since usually they're pretty interesting. And anyways, moving on. In kindergarten, the first day of school, we were walking around doing our own thing. I guess it was after lunch or something. And this girl was talking, being really annoying, and I told her to shut up. And she started to cry, and I called her a crybaby. So then I got in trouble. And that whole, like, I guess they were taking, I don't know, they were making sure everybody was being a good boy and a good girl that day. So they only one kid didn't do anything bad that whole entire day. So while all of us were sleeping, basically he got to play some educational computer game or something, and I was so mad, but I just took my nap, and I guess I got over it. But yeah, and then first grade, this is pretty life-changing experience. I was playing tag, running around, just messing around with kids. I was running off, and then I got to a decision. I could go down the ladder slowly, or I could jump off like an epic 6-year-old would. So I jumped off, and I broke my arm. Yeah, I landed on my left hand, and then when I looked up at it, I saw it like bent upward. It went up and then to the right and then up again. And I just kind of looked at it for a second. I was like, how are they ever going to fix this? Am I going to lose my arm? So, yeah. And then I went to the nurse, and my mom was all freaking out, and they drove me to the hospital, and yeah, it was pretty scary. And it hurt so bad when they made me, like, they tried to straighten it out. I don't know. They tried to get an x-ray of it or something, but it hurt so bad. So anyways, mid-surgery, because I had to go into surgery, and I already ate lunch, so something with the gas they give you, I forget what it's called, but I ate lunch and that interferes with it, so I woke up mid-surgery, and they had a curtain over my arm so I couldn't see. I looked over there, but I couldn't feel pain, but I could feel them hammering like pins into my arm, and it was just so awkward. And at the same time, I had to go pee really bad, and they actually brought over some paper towels, and I started peeing in the paper towels, and it was a pretty awkward experience, but I was only like 7, so I guess it was okay. And then, so here I am, I'm in Germany, and I'm sleeping in a hospital. My parents can't stay with me for whatever reason. So not only am I alone at like 9 o'clock, I can't go to sleep, it's dark, I'm scared and lonely, and I have no idea what's going on. But there's some kind of crazy guy in some insane asylum at the hospital, like screaming at night, so I'm just freaking out. So yeah. And then moving on, second grade, the teacher was reading a book to the class. We were all sitting down, and there was this girl right in front of me, and my friend Ryan, he had like this green crayon. It was the edge of a crayon, and I took it, and we were just messing around, and it broke. So I took the crayon, and then there was this girl in front of us. Her butt crack was showing, and basically we took the crayon and we threw it down her butt crack, and we just started dying, and the teacher just asked us to leave the room. It was hilarious, and she just kept on going throughout the day normal. And I guess once she got home, she finally found a green crayon. Probably had some questions for her parents. And anyways, moving on, in fourth grade, I was playing some ghetto Foursquare, even though it was like 1v1 with the basketball. And so my friend gives me, I don't know, the ball just ends up in the street somehow. And so this smart car is running down it's this big hill. He's going super fast, and then he just instantly stops, and the back part of the car instantly rises up, and he almost tips his car over. And he gets out, and he looks at me, and of course my friend, being a real good friend, he runs away and hides and laughs at me. Well, the guy gives me a middle finger and asks me even if I know what it is, and I'm like, yeah. And next time he's going to tell my parents, but that was a cool story because I didn't even live there. So it was all good. But I was pretty scared and pretty careful about where I played Foursquare. And yeah. So, and then 5th grade, this is where it gets real intense. This is my first fight with some fat kid. So basically, I was running around and I was just screwing around with some friends, and then all of a sudden, I get tackled from some fat kid, and he punches me in the face. So I get up and I punch him in the face, and then I guess I walk away. But then I guess recess time or whatever is over. He punches me in the back of the head, and I punch him in the square in the nose twice again, and then he had a bloody nose. And I felt pretty proud of myself because, yeah, I beat up a fat kid. But that's besides the point. So yeah, win those fights. And then 7th grade, yeah, crazy redneck. So I guess he was having a pretty bad day or something. But these two kids, they were talking. I run up, and I guess I thought I was a ninja or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but I ran up and like clashed their heads together. But apparently that was the wrong day to do that, because apparently the redneck had a migraine or something. So he starts like crying and angry at the same time and starts chasing after me. And I really didn't know what to do. So I start running, and basically he runs out of breath because, being a soccer player actually pays off once in a while. So he basically then, after recess again, still had recess in middle school for some reason. But anyways, he goes up to my friend, Colby. Yeah, Colby, gave you a little shout out. He picks him up by the shirt and asks where I am, and then he reports me to the office, where I have to talk to this pedo, like, guidance counselor or something, and ask what I did. And basically I stared him straight in the eyes and just said I didn't do it. And then he tried to change my story and say things that I didn't say. And it was just really annoying trying to talk to that guy. But eventually I got out of there and nothing really happened. So it was pretty interesting. So yeah, I just thought of something. Okay, so in, I don't know, around 1st, 2nd grade, I had a crazy bus driver. He was some German dude. And this one kid, he was kind of my friend. He's one of those friends that, you're your friend for like that awkward moment when you have no other friends around. But basically, he was drinking a bunch of chocolate milks. When I say a bunch of, I mean 2. So he was feeling really sick, and he was throwing up everywhere, and he was throwing up on the bus in a bag. And so, like, midway through the bus ride, he stops, and this other German guy, and he tries to sell the kid to another German dude. And his big sister is just yelling at I'm guessing he was in 8th grade, to tell him no because he spoke a little bit of German. And the bus driver guy's like, "Oh, you want to go with him too?" And yeah, it was kind of that awkward moment. And I told my mom, and I guess he got fired because someone complained and called in. Probably the parents of the child that wanted to be sold to some random German guy. And God knows what would happen to that poor little child if that German guy got a hold of him. So anyways, alrighty guys, that's it as far as memories go and whatnot, because honestly I can't remember anything else. I'm sure there's plenty more, but that's about it. So the only thing left to talk about that I can think of right now is basically, tips for game battles and how to play whatnot. So anyways, when we first went into this game, and I forget if I accepted it or if it was one of my friends. I think I got it. And every game, they're like, "So what's the rank?" And I just kind of look at it. They're like top 2K, 3K, they're 200s, which means like probably around out of I'd say 200,000 people, they're the top 200 in the world. And so yeah, so we were pretty scared going into this gameplay. So, I just cleared my head and said, you know what, why not go try hard and use the Type 95. So the whole time, I just made them come to me. And that's what you're going to want to do, especially when you're playing against better teams like this, particularly when they have better gun skill than you, or they know what they're doing. You're just going to want to kind of camp and make them come to you. You're going to want to give yourself the advantage and put yourself in a position where it's not a fair gunfight, that you have the advantage. You're at higher elevation. You're in an unpredictable spot. As you can see, when I run off in the beginning of this match in the spawn, I lay down and watch that door. Like, who would have predicted that? And it's pretty much impossible to check that without stunning it. And yeah, so last couple things I want to talk about is gun choice and what to do in a 1v1 situation, or not 1v1 situation, but yeah, we'll go over that. Multiple 1v3, 1v2, 1v4, all of that. But anyways, starting with gun choice, really, you're gonna want to use the ACR or Type 95 as far as assault rifles go, and for submachine guns, you're gonna want to rock the MP7. And a lot of people are kind of, I guess, confused on what proficiency they should use, whether they should use kick or stability or whatever. But focus is where it's at, because basically those other proficiencies, those things don't do anything for you when you're not in a gunfight. Focus actually helps you when you need the most help of all, when you're actually being shot at. And yeah, so yeah, and you can use the Type 95 if you want, but I would only use it if, you really need to win or you're down, like we were in this game, where the much better team, I camped it out, and I basically clutched it 1v3 one time. I don't know how many times, but I did clutch a lot within this game. And how you're going to want to go about clutching is never plant the bomb when it's a 1v2 situation or there's more people, unless you absolutely have to, or else the round's going to end. Basically, you're going to want to run around the map until you can find someone and pick them off, because there's no way you're going to be able to kill one person, because if they're a good team, they're going to know how to set up. One guy's going to be defusing the bomb, the other guy's going to be waiting for you to pop out and kill him, because they're not going to fake it when they have the extra man up. So you're going to want to make sure it's a 1v1 situation when you have the bomb. And when it is a 1v1 situation, you are going to want to plant the bomb and get away as far away as the bomb as possible, but while still being able to see it and pop up. And around 10 seconds, I would throw a Semtex on the bomb. That way, if they go for a last-minute defuse, you basically get them off of the bomb right away. And that's pretty much all I have for this video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it, because this was a longer, higher-effort videos that I think I felt that I produced. So anyways, guys, I'm just going to have to ask that if you guys would give me some feedback, leave a comment, what you think I could improve on, or leave a rating if you liked it or didn't like it, because it really does help me out, guys. It knows how to change my videos, and I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more content, subscribe for more. So yeah, until next time, peace. Oh, and one quick note, you guys should go check out our team channel, because that's where I'm going to be uploading the Teamtage that we're currently working on. So yeah, go subscribe to them so you can see when it comes out, and then you can, watch it. So yeah, until next time, guys, peace, for real. Link in the description.